Whoa. Last week, guys, it was a bit crazy. We were pressed for time, so we had to do a bit of a speed run. Let's go. I'll tell you all about it. So, if you saw last week's video, I touched on a bit of exactly what happened, what we went through, and how we kind of like got to see the temples. We ended up sleeping one more night there, and then we jumped off to Hispa by taking the train. The train was unbelievably gorgeous. It showed some of the coolest views you'll ever see in your entire life. There were these little villages that you could go to. There's even a stopover where you can get out, take photos, take videos, take whatever you want. The train itself was about 2,500 kyat for our seats, which was about $2.50, so it was very, very cheap. We went through one of the, I think it's the largest bridge over the water, or one of the largest bridges over the water in all of Asia. But it does have the largest turn in the entire world, and I made sure to grab a couple of shots of that because that was super, super cool. After that, we ended up stopping off. We went to what was probably the cheapest hostel we had ever stayed at, Mr. Charles in Chispa, and it was about $7 a night there. Well, the cheapest hostel in all of Myanmar, and it was about $7 a night. It came with breakfast, and it came with like, we got crepes, we got eggs, we got fried rice, we got fruit, we got coffee, hot chocolate. Literally anything you could think of was probably there, except for maybe breakfast sausages. But come on, guys, grow up. You're not gonna get breakfast sausages there. Then we kind of hung out with some of the children, played around for a bit, played some games, and then we headed off for our next destination, which was our last destination in Myanmar, which happened to be Mandalay. It was pretty typical now to be taking buses for about 6 hours, so it's not too bad. The bus itself was about $10, 10,000 kyat, so $10, which is also typical for the buses there. Myanmar was probably the most expensive place in all of Asia I've been, and I've heard it's the most expensive place in all of Asia. So if you guys are going to go, just make sure to spend a little bit more than you would in, say, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, or Cambodia. Once we hit Mandalay, we weren't there for too long, but we ended up staying in what was probably the nicest hotel. Not the cheapest, the nicest. It was $40 a night, but between the four of us that were there, it was only $10 each. So that's about 10,000 kyat. And because it was so nice, I kind of just let the $10 slide. But if you don't want to spend that much money in Mandalay, you can always hit up Hostelworld, you can always hit up Booking.com, and you can try to find cheaper and better prices, of course. After that, we ended up taking a quick flight all the way to Bangkok for one of our friends' birthdays, and I hung out there for 2 or 3 days while I was waiting for my visa for Sri Lanka to get approved, and I got it. But in the meantime, we hit MBK, which was the largest mall in Thailand, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And then, basically, like, I just jumped on a flight and headed out to Sri Lanka. So the next video you guys see is going to be all about Sri Lanka. I'm actually here right now in my hotel room. I got in just yesterday. I flew in, jumped on a bus, headed out here, grabbed this place. It's not too bad. I'll tell you all about it in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And make sure you stay tuned for the country videos that will be coming out soon. I promise, guys, I'm working really hard on them, but I'm also traveling, so it's kind of like working on videos like this and then working on the country videos, but then also traveling to try to see everything in the world. It's kind of a lot, but I'll make it work for you guys. Don't worry. Guys, that's this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Pip pip cheerio. Ta-ta for now. Bye. Your life is free.